this is ZeRaider and welcome to this new video, something a little bit different today. I have been wanting to show you that for a while and someone asked me on the last video, so I decided to finally do it. I'm going to show you my whole setup and how I do my whole process to record and edit and everything video. So there's going to be 5 parts to this video. First, I'm going to show you my setup and my specs. So everything I have from my computer to my other screen to what you need. It's nothing impressive, so don't expect something huge. It's just kind of the minimum that you need. Not my computer, but the rest is the minimum that you need in order to stream and to record videos. Then I'm going to show you my OBS. Nothing much, just to show you the scenes and maybe the settings that I chose in order to record. I'm going to show you how I edit my videos in Vegas Pro 14. That is a bit more complicated, so I'm going to spend a bit more time on it. I'm going to show you how I do my thumbnails on Photoshop. And finally, I'm going to show you how I upload videos on YouTube. So most of you probably already know how to do this, but I thought it would be a good idea. So I'm going to try to be as detailed as I can, but if I forget something, don't forget to comment. I'll be sure to try and answer all those questions. I hope you'll enjoy this video. Allez, au revoir. I'm going to start with showing you what kind of computer we have. I have a laptop that I ordered on the site called scan.co.uk, which is really good if you want exactly something tailored to your needs, but be careful, it's a bit pricey. Mine is like £1,500 a year ago. So what do I have? I have Windows 10 Home 64. You can see it here. Do you see my mouse? You don't see my mouse. I've got an i7 7700 HQ, which is a good one, honestly. They are better, like if you have the 8000 series, but it's good. 16 gigs of RAM, I think you need that now. 8 gigs is a bit too short. You could go to 32. 64 is a bit overboard. The motherboard doesn't really matter. The graphics, it doesn't really matter. But I've got an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060, which is good. It's the last series, but there's like the 1070, the 1080, the 1080i, and the something X that I forgot, which are even better, but the price goes up. I almost got a 1070, but decided that it was not worth the £200 more. I've got a 500 gigs hard drive on this computer. It's not much, but this is why I have this, which is my second. There's 2 tera. It's a StoreJet Transcend. It's absolutely amazing. I have stored all my videos I've ever done in almost 3 years, and I'm still like only halfway, and I've got a lot of stuff on there. Nothing much. Is there anything else I need to show you? Like if you want to see the NVIDIA, the temperature goes a little bit high, I think, because the fans on this computer are horrible. I've tried everything. I opened it, I cleaned it, everything. I've never managed to get it really cold, and some games like Heroes of the Storm get me up to 95 degrees, which is not good. I managed to get it down by 10 degrees, which is already something. But basically that's it. The connection is good, and you need a solid connection if you want to upload videos. Mine, I forgot what it is, but anyway, it's EE, and it's actually quite solid. I don't have any issues with it. The upload is quite cool. As peripheral, let me get to that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you on my webcam. What do I have? I have this, which is my mouse. Oof, in my eyes. Which is Zelots. So it's ELOTES, which you can find on Amazon. It's Bluetooth, so it works on batteries. It costs like £10 and something, and it looks actually cool. And I can show you even with the lights on, it's even better. But so yeah, it's quite cool, and it's really cheap. And yeah, for my mic, I use a Snowball Ice, a blue Snowball Ice microphone, which is really good to start. I don't have any intention of changing it, but there's a removable head. The sound is actually quite good. It's quite sensitive. That's the issue. For example, it gets my you might hear my fan right now, and that's why but it's good. I put it here, and it's actually even a bit far and everything. The quality of the sound is actually quite good. For the rest, I'm gonna have to show you with the webcam. So this is what my setup roughly looks like. So I've got my PS4 Slim over there. I've got my blue, I've got my thing, and then my computer, which needs to be on the side. I've got a lot of things downstairs. So I've got a second screen, as you can see here, which is, it's a screen I have been having like for 6 years or something. I mostly use it for when I need to record or do a few things at the same time. I also play my PS4 on this. It has a very good response. It's better than like the smaller the screen, the better the response time, which is really good when you play FPS or something like this. The thing you would need, I'm gonna have to, is if you want to record on PS4, is this. This is, oh, sorry about that. This is the Game Capture HD from Elgato. So this is a bit of a complicated setup I had to do for the PS4 because I had to add another cable and everything. So it was a bit complicated and it's a bit pricey. But if you want to record, there's no better way. The PS way of recording is just not good. To start, it's not that bad. But honestly, yeah. So my PS4 Slim, it's not a PS4 Pro because I don't have a 4K system, so I didn't feel the need to do this. But yeah. So there are other versions of this, better versions of this if you have the money for it. There's even a version that you can put in a full PC if you wish to. Mine works just fine. I managed to get, so there's a software with it, but the software goes well in OBS, so there should be no problem for that. Okay, second is OBS Studio. My version is OBS 21.1.0 64-bit for Windows. I'm not going to show you everything. The point was to show you a few things. For example, I want to make sure that you see them. But in the options of general, I didn't change much. You don't have to change anything on stream. I just put Twitch. I put the server, I put my stream key that you can find on the Twitch server. Here I put the video bitrate at 3000, which seems reasonable. It's a good mix between quality and quantity of information. So if you have good internet, you can go higher. The video will gonna get better, but be careful about losing frames when you think. So 160 for the audio bitrate, I think is a good one for this. This is where my video are gonna go, which I actually don't like. I'll change it next time. I don't know why I can't change it though, but it doesn't really matter. Indistinguishable quality, large file size. This is a choice. I want a very good recording quality when I stream and record at the same time. This makes for very, very big files, so be careful about that. I recorded them before. In audio, I didn't change anything. Sample rate should be 44.1. In video, 1920, 1080. Even output is currently active, so that's why I can't change anything. It's because I'm recording, of course. It's because I'm recording. The outscaled is 720. Advanced, I didn't change anything. Here, fully, yeah, you can see. I know it's for the waterfall, but I can't do anything about this. But so look at the bottom. I got my scenes. No, if I do that, you will not be able. So I've got my full screen PC with my chat, my Streamlabs, my overlay, my webcam, and the game capture. I've got a break when I go on break. I've got a waiting also, but I don't use them that much. The full screen Elgato is exactly the same, except the source is from my Elgato, so I need to plug it in and to change my screens in order to do that, but it's fine. And the real record setup is just something I just created in order to record my video here. You can have also tools and file settings. No, that's the one I showed you. So yeah, that's basically it. You don't have that much to know. Just need to. I've done a lot of research before starting and while starting and while modifying. The only thing I need to change is there's a very, very, very slight delay of the Elgato when you record between my webcam and my actually what's happening on screen. So that is the only thing I need to change. It's like 500, 700 milliseconds, but it can be a bit annoying at times. It's still fine, but yeah. So yeah, basically that's it. In terms of editing, so this is a bit more complicated. I'm not gonna do everything, but I'm using a Vegas Pro 14, sorry. I used to use the 13, it's basically the same, there's only a few things that change. What do I do? Okay, basically this is here that I have my file. So I don't use that many tracks. So this is the video and the audio. So when I put my OBS, this goes straight. So at the beginning, I have my template for my intro, template for my outro. They're already ready. In all the videos, I only change now what's in the middle because it's a preset. I'm good. I'm comfortable with it. Okay, I find a way to show you my options. So how does it work? I didn't show you the preferences of the software because most of them you don't change them. If you really need something peculiar, you can look up online, but honestly, most of the time you don't need them. But for this is really important. So you have a template here. You have a lot of template. I've started from, do I remember? Internet? No. I don't remember. Don't remember the template I used. I think it's this one. 1080-60E, I think. And I started and I modified a few things, but anyway. But now it's custom 1920, 60 FPS. So basically it says all. Here you put this in order to record at 1080p. You don't change anything here. Frame rate, you can change it. 60 is good. If you have a problem rendering and everything, you can cap it at 30. Here, it's NTSC, which if you want, don't put the stereoscopic, you don't change anything. Here you put it in best, caution, plain field, disable resample is important. In audio, you don't change anything. Be sure that the sample rate is at 48,000. This is the right one. Ruler, nothing to change. Summary, nothing to change. Audio CD, nothing to change. But this is where it's important. This is my no, you really can't see it, but if I put it here, you can see it. Okay, so those are my effects. The color curves, you just do like this. Try to copy what I did. It changes the color slightly in a good way, especially when it comes to PS4. And the sharpen, I put at 0.020. And that's the two effects I have on all my video tracks, and I think it gives a good effect. Don't think I invented anything. I looked it up online, and that's how I did it. So once you've got all of it, so I've got all my parts here. So there's a lot of shortcuts you need to know. The S to separate the tracks. The U, if you want to use, if you click on U, they're going to divide those two. Be careful because it can be dangerous. But yeah. And basically that's it. You know, I cut, put together, use my effects, add text when I want, and that's basically it. I don't do a lot of editing. I don't do a lot of things. When I used to do my highlights of PUBG, for example, I used to do a lot of titles and small music. It took me a little bit more time. There is absolutely on the YouTube bank, like if you put YouTube free music, they can give you a lot of free music that I use for my intro, that I use for my transitions when I need. Most of the time, like for a video like this, I don't need that much editing because, as you can see, it's a whole block. This was the second episode of Far Cry 5 and playthrough, not a walkthrough, a playthrough. And the episode works, so I cut it at the beginning, cut it at the end, and just it works. But for example, when I do my Overwatch videos for right now, I cut a lot of things, so it takes a little bit more time. Roughly, right now, when rendering at 720p, it takes the amount of time that the video is. So for here, this one took 40 minutes. I could accelerate it probably with the processor of the 1060, and I'll try, but I might gain 20% of the time, which is not that really bothering, especially when I do something on my other screen. I might have forgotten something, so if you have something to ask me, please ask in the comments. The next step is Photoshop. So I use Photoshop Portable, which is a very light version of it, because I don't need to use that much. So I'm not a specialist at all of Photoshop, like at all. I do my thumbnails myself. I have no experience. I learned everything. And so now that I managed, after 2 years, I have a system. It took me a long time to arrive to that system, but now that I have a system, I don't change it that much. So my system works like this. So I have at the bottom an image that usually I download from the internet. I put it here. Usually I ask for video for photo image, sorry, to be more than 2 megs in order to be a bit distinguishable. And I have the title of the game in the middle. I always have the same logo everywhere. Why? Because I want it to be, the point of the thumbnail is to be recognizable, and I have my own style, so they are not clickbaity. I'm not going to put arrows and everything and you know, like, oh my god, no, that's not what I do, and I don't care if it doesn't work. I'm doing this for myself most of the time. Number when it needs, damping is the title of the video. So in order to show you, I'm going to show you how I modify it. It's going to be very easy for this one, but basically here you can select things. So I'm going to select the 1, and here this one, the T, is how to modify the number. This is going to be number 2. Then I click on the selection to select the damn piggies, which was the title of the number 1, and I'm going to put this, which is the title of my second video. Click that again in order to be selected. For me, this is ready. If I want to change, for example, let me show you. I'm going to change. I'm going to take I want to change the picture. Okay, let's change the picture. So I'm going to bring a picture here. You see here, this is warmer Vermintide. I could actually do that. I extend it in order to remove. I put yes. Then here on the right, I put it at the bottom, but on top. And then I just have to modify the title and then number, and I've got it. Once you've done that, you go on File. You put I put Save As. I save all my thumbnails in case Far Cry 5 2. So this is selected. Most of the time, you have another window that pops out, and I really do I do the simplest one. Quick export as PNG. Save, and boom. This is how I do it. So don't ask me too many questions about Photoshop because I'm not going to be able to answer. I have my own way. I managed to do it myself, and that's the best I can do. I didn't want to ask someone else. I didn't want to use things that were already done. I wanted to find my own style. What I can show you is I have the few effects. I have blending options. I have a drop shadow. Basically, sometimes I put a bevel and emboss, which I really like. Actually, I'm going to put it up. On the 2, I'm going to put blending options, bevel and emboss. Oop. File, save, file, export. I'm going to export over the other one. Boom. But that's basically what I do. So sorry, it's not more interesting than that. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you was how I upload on YouTube. So you have buttons here. You can't see it because of my face. I'm going to put it here. So here you have a button. Mettre en ligne. It's in French on mine, and so don't. Mine is in French, but the buttons are exactly in the same place. This is where I could actually put my videos up. I put on private first, and then once it's ready, I arrive to this screen. So this screen, you have the video here. You have a few information here. So 27 March, when it was, the first name, the URL of the video. And then I put a title here. Here I put my description, so with the subscribe and everything. Here I put a few tags. I don't put a million tags. And here, now it's been public, but usually I put planned, and I put it to a certain date. Here it's what's going to happen, arrive on Twitter, and this is one of the playlists. On advanced parameters, I put the name of the game here, and I put the date of recording here, and that is all. And when it's done here, though, that's where I put my thumbnail, So this is where all my thumbnails are selected, and boom, you have it. There's not much more. Like all of those, most of the time are not useful. This is for to translate. Here you don't need much more than that, and that basically you planned it. Like I planned all my videos at 5 p.m. UK time all the time, except if I have 2 videos in the same day, then I put one at 5, one at 6. But it's very rare because usually that means one of the 2 videos is absolutely not watched. And this is what I do basically. So I can't tell you much more than that, but this is how it works on my computer. Voilà. That was my video on my setup and all my settings and all my editing and everything. I hope you have a better idea on how I do things. I hope you learn a few things, but don't forget, if you want to ask me something, I'll be sure to try and answer. I am not a specialist. I had to teach myself all of this on my own, with the help of the internet, in order to be able to do all of this. And now I have my habits, which might not work for everyone. But I hope you like the different kind of video it was. And I'll see you another time for another gaming videos. Anyway, see you next time. Allez, au revoir.